Under a sky torn by a violent storm, Verma Mansion stands besieged, rain lashing against its opulent facade. Police cars encircle the mansion, their flashing lights painting the scene in stark, eerie strokes. Inside, a flurry of frantic activity as police officers rush through the lavish rooms, their movements urgent and filled with purpose. The air crackles with tension, a palpable sense of foreboding hanging heavy within the storm-swept estate. A flickering chandelier casts long, dancing shadows across Mr. Verma's opulent office, illuminating a scene of stark tragedy. Mr. Suresh Verma slumps lifelessly over his mahogany desk, the telephone receiver dangling from his grasp like a final, unanswered plea. Crimson wine stains the expensive carpet, a ghastly bloom spreading from the shattered remains of a crystal glass. Detective Raghavendra enters, his sharp eyes dissecting the chaos, searching for clues amidst the unsettling tableau. Raghavendra's gaze lingers on a broken wristwatch, its hands frozen at midnight, a stark testament to a life abruptly halted. A torn calendar page, the number 15 circled ominously, and a single burnt matchstick resting on the desk hint at a meticulously planned and violently executed end. In the soft glow of her bedroom, Anita Verma sits composed on her bed, an untouched book resting innocently in her lap. Raghavendra observes her from across the room, his gaze sharp and assessing, maintaining a detached, professional demeanor. His eyes flicker down to the pristine book in her hands, its pages untouched, betraying a story unread. A shadow of doubt crosses Raghavendra's face, a subtle hint of suspicion clouding his professional facade. The silence in the room thickens as Raghavendra prepares to challenge her carefully constructed narrative. "Tell me again about your alibi, Anita," Raghavendra asks, his voice steady, yet laced with unspoken inquiry. In the guest room, Rahul gestures wildly, a storm of alibis swirling around him as papers litter the desk like fallen leaves. Raghavendra's keen eyes dart across the scattered notes, a subtle observation beginning to take shape. His gaze settles on the telltale drops of candle wax, stark against the paper's surface, an anomaly in Rahul's stark room. The unlit, wax-stained pages whisper a silent contradiction, hinting at a carefully constructed deception. Under the dim light, Seema, a young secretary, trembles as she arranges files, her quick movements betraying her unease. Her eyes dart nervously around the study, avoiding any direct gaze, as if haunted by unseen eyes. "I insist I never entered Mr. Verma's office that night," Seema pleads, her voice barely a whisper in the silent room. Raghavendra's silence is a heavy weight, his intense gaze piercing through her facade. "Can you account for your whereabouts that night, Miss Seema?" Under the harsh glare of a flickering bulb, Arun wrestles with battery cables, his greasy overalls blending into the shadows of the cluttered garage. Raghavendra watches, arms crossed, his skeptical gaze cutting through the dim light, a silent accusation hanging in the air. Arun insists he has been here all night, his words echoing in the confined space. Raghavendra's eyes narrow, suspicion deepening as he focuses on Arun's soaked boots. Those boots, Arun, they're soaked, and that's not oil or mud I smell. It's wine, Raghavendra says, his voice laced with disdain, revealing the lie. Under the veiled light of a desk lamp, Seema delicately pours a glass of rich crimson wine for Mr. Verma. The office air vibrates with unspoken desires, a tangible tension coiling between them like a serpent. The polished mahogany desk reflects the scene, mirroring the subtle power play. A calendar lies innocently open, yet the date, the 15th, is brutally circled, a silent countdown. The deep red wine mirrors the crimson fate about to be sealed within the confines of the office. In the dimly lit office, Raghavendra's intense gaze focuses on the wine glass, a crimson lipstick stain, a stark contrast against the crystal. He produces Anita's lipstick, the color held up in comparison, a silent accusation hanging in the air. Raghavendra's frown deepens, a web of suspicion tightening around him as the colors failed to align. "Anita, this lipstick stain. It's not your shade, is it?" he asks, his voice dangerously calm. Anita responds, her voice laced with evasion. "Oh, that? I must have used someone else's glass by mistake." In the darkened office of Mr. Verma, Raghavendra stoops, his fingers closing around a burnt matchstick, a silent testament to recent activity. His mind conjures an image of a flickering candle flame dancing in the oppressive darkness, casting long, distorted shadows. Raghavendra's gaze snaps towards the circuit breaker, a chilling realization creeping into his eyes. The stark possibility dawns on him. The power wasn't lost. It was deliberately extinguished, plunging the office into a calculated darkness. In Mr. Verma's dimly lit office, Raghavendra's intense gaze is fixed on the desk. A broken watch lies on the surface, its shattered crystal glinting faintly in the weak light. Raghavendra's mind races, piecing together the killer's deceptive plan. He realizes the killer sought to manipulate the investigation, setting the time of death at midnight. The shattered watch becomes a symbol of deception, its stillness a stark contrast to the truth. Raghavendra knows the doctor's confirmation holds the key, revealing the earlier hour of Mr. Verma's demise. Under the harsh glare of a desk lamp in Mr. Verma's dimly lit office, Raghavendra pores over a torn calendar page. The paper, ragged and worn, hints at a frantic removal, its edges betraying a hidden urgency. Raghavendra squints, his brow furrowed in concentration as he traces the faint, lingering numbers. A dawning realization sparks in his eyes. The fragmented date whispering secrets of the past. A bead of sweat trickles down Raghavendra's temple, the weight of his discovery pressing down on him in the silent room. In the dimly lit office, a storm of tension brews between Seema and Mr. Verma. Mr. Verma's face is a mask of stern determination, his words hanging heavy in the air. Seema listens, her expression a turbulent mix of desperation and simmering anger. Every shadow in the room seems to deepen as the argument escalates. Mr. Verma's voice cuts through the silence with cold finality. "Your employment will be terminated on the 15th. The word strikes Seema, leaving her eyes blazing with defiance and a hint of despair. Inside Verma Mansion, Raghavendra surveys the room, his presence commanding amidst the palpable tension. His keen eyes scan each suspect, their faces masks of carefully concealed secrets and mounting anxiety. The air thickens with unspoken accusations, each breath held as the drama escalates. Raghavendra steels himself, ready to unravel their fabricated tales and expose the truth. In the dimly lit, opulent living room of the Verma mansion, shadows stretch like accusing fingers across the expensive furniture. Raghavendra looms, his sharp gaze piercing through Anita as she nervously fidgets, a silent admission hanging in the air. "Anita, this book remains untouched," Raghavendra states, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. He holds up a glass, the lipstick stain a damning piece of evidence. "And the lipstick on this glass? It doesn't match yours." Raghavendra's relentless accusations continue, turning towards Rahul. Rahul's alibi is a fabrication. The candle wax found at the scene was planted. His gaze shifts, now fixed on Arun. The final accusation delivered with cold precision. "Arun, your boots. The wine stain matches the spilled glass in the office. You entered after the murder." In the dimly lit Verma mansion, Raghavendra turned sharply towards Seema, his stern gaze piercing through the shadows. A delicate wine glass gleams in Raghavendra's hand, a silent accusation hanging heavy in the air. Raghavendra's voice cuts through the tense silence. "Your fingerprints are all over this wine glass, Seema," he continues, each word a hammer blow. "We know your motive. And the lipstick shade on the glass? It matches yours perfectly." The weight of Raghavendra's accusations intensifies. "You cut the power, lit a candle, broke the watch to stop him from calling for help, and then you stabbed Mr. Verma." Raghavendra's final pronouncement echoes in the room, sealing Seema's fate. "You are the killer." Seema freezes, her silence a damning confession in the opulent hall. Police officers advance, their shadows looming over her as the weight of her actions crashes down. Raghavendra watches, his calm gaze betraying a deep satisfaction, the storm within him mirroring the one outside. As the storm outside begins to subside, a sense of finality settles over the mansion, the echoes of betrayal lingering in the air.